video, we're going to talk about the jumping techniques and fundamentals that you really want to pay attention to while you're doing your jump training and even some of the agility exercises. It's really important because a lot of ACL tears happen with jumping, especially in females less than 25 years of age. It's about 1 in 100 high school and collegiate female athletes that tear their ACL, which is pretty significant.
Yeah, it's pretty significant.
And it also occurs oftentimes more than 66% in non-contact injuries, which means that no one even touched them, then your ACL just went.
So what that says to us is, versus like a football player or even a soccer player, someone who has contact, if you're doing it in non-contact, it means that we need to be retraining things like neuromuscular control, your brain controlling your leg posture. We need to work on landing techniques. We need to work on deceleration and how you're able to control that, or strength, and some of your techniques. If you're having an ACL injury in non-contact, then this type of program is really going to benefit you.
So we wanted to kind of talk about, we're going to go over some jump techniques. We're not going to do actual specific jumps, but it's kind of so you can incorporate it through all of the jumps that you will be performing.
Right, so we're going to talk about, because we're going to say these things on the video. Week 1 is where we're going first, and we will be mentioning some of these techniques and things, and so this is what you're going to be looking for. When you're doing your jump training, we want near perfect technique every jump. And so this is what we need to look for right now. Okay.
And one of the best ways to do that is do it in front of a mirror so you can see what you're doing, okay? So, big thing with jumping is a lot of times even people have a hard time with just the takeoff to start, okay? So,
takeoff, okay, so takeoff.
So with takeoff, what we're looking at is you want a nice, good base of support, okay? A little bit of bend in the knees, and most of your weight, initially you shouldn't be too far forward. We don't want that knee too far forward over those toes because that puts a lot of pressure on the knee. You want it centered and back a little bit, okay? So when you go to take off, another big thing to look for, especially in females, is don't let your knees collapse in, okay? That's what we call valgus. You'll see sometimes even male athletes, but a lot of time with females when they're trying to get that power, their knees come in, and then that puts a lot of pressure on that ACL, okay? So you want to keep nice and straight. Good. And you can see as Nancy's landing, she is not straight. Her knees have some nice flexion in them, okay? And she's also has her knees apart. So when she jumps down from here, she's catching herself. She's getting into that squat position, that deep position, so that she is not putting so much pressure on her knees. Her weight is staying back. Good, and she's getting in that deep squat position. So really pay attention. Get a good landing, a soft landing. If you notice, you cannot hear her feet that loud. You shouldn't hear your feet really landing.
Here goes the bad landings.
So if you notice why her feet made such a big noise is because she's not absorbing anything. She's keeping her knees straight, which is one of the prime ways you can injure that ACL because it puts so much pressure on that knee. So that is what we do not want. So if you are
Or this.
Or that. Don't let those knees come together. That is huge. You want to make sure they stay even with the toes.
Oops, that's kind of a mix.
You get a nice, good squat, nice soft landing, okay?
Okay.
Those are huge with that. Same thing even with posture. I wasn't necessarily talking as much about her upper body, but you're going to have a nice straight back like you would in that squat. You're not going to be too much bent over. She's in a nice straight position here. She's not curved like that. She's supporting through her core, okay? That's huge. Good.
This program starts, we'll start a lot of double legs, and then really working on technique, double legs. We are gonna have one single leg, and if you gotta slow down your technique and make sure it's good before we progress.
Yeah, and especially with single leg, that's really where you don't want that knee caving in position, because that is just a prime way that people tear their ACL, especially non-contact, so.
So hopefully we have some moms and friends watching this as well. First couple of times use a mirror, have a friend or your mom or someone help you. Let's make sure we get good technique first, and then we'll progress into more aggressive activities. It's a 6-week program, and the research shows it takes 6 weeks to reduce the chance of an ACL injury. So that's where we want to go with this.
Yeah, so just really focus, guys. You don't have to worry about reps so much right away. Get your technique down, because that is huge, so.
That's right. Okay, week 1 jumping. Here we go.
All right, give it a go.